shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Radio Show.
Always on a roll.
The city like splash me, rapping the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the swoop, make it fast. To facts tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing yo half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild.
Let the Raiders roll.
Yeah.
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
Yeah, we Lunatik real.
Always on the road.
From the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right.
Love to
With a brand new secret. Yo, no, the smith is so star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore.
let the Raiders roll.
Yeah,
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told.
Yeah.
We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Radio Show.
Always on a roll.
Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
The radio show keeps spinning, the secrets Vegas keeps.
Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told.
Yeah.
We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Radio Show.
Always on a roll.
The city like splash me, rapping the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the swoop, make it fast. To facts tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing yo half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild.
Let the Raiders roll.
Yeah.
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
Yeah, we Lunatik real.
Always on the road.
From the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right.
Love to
With a brand new secret. Yo, no, the smith is so star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore.
let the Raiders roll.
Yeah,
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told.
Yeah.
We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Radio Show.
Always on a roll.
Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
The radio show keeps spinning, the secrets Vegas keeps.
Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told.
Yeah.
We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Radio Show.
Always on a roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, man. Top of the Monday of the work week. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. It is another episode of the Lunatic Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend? I got a good show for you today. As y'all see on the thumbnail, the turnover recipe. The recipe for turnovers. Oh, my. We're going to break down exactly what the Raiders need to do this year. They were not very good in the turnover column defense as far as differential, horrible, and as far as what the offense caused to the process of losing balls, turnovers, 23 of them, led the NFL. You know what I mean? So both sides of the ball we're going to focus on. Predominantly, we're going to look at the defense and see exactly what it is defensively that Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham has up their sleeve to go ahead and combat the fact that we don't get a lot of turnovers, which we need in our favor, and what it is that we are doing to make sure that we do get turnovers, and what Chip Kelly can do on the offensive side to also help with that. The offense helps with that as well. There's things that Chip Kelly can do on offense that will help the defense and help this team get turnovers from the other team as well. We're going to discuss all that, man. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat. We in the building, man. Salute to y'all, man. We got Robert Pena in the building, man, and he dropping that ooh-wee on him.
Matter time. There you go.
Shout out to everybody out there, man. My guy in the building. Let's see. Check out my brothers. Show your jerks. Oh, yeah. I'll check it out. I watched it. When did I watch it? I think it was this weekend. I was listening to it, and who was on that show? Was Raider Twan was on there? No, was Raider Twan on there? I can't remember. But I was listening to it though. I've been seeing dude. I don't know the hours and times that his show comes on, but yeah, man, I'm gonna check it out for real. Graham Cam in the building, man. What it do, my brother? Hope all is well. Of course, Miss Lunatic herself, Miss Raiderette Peaches in the building, man. Always holding it down for your boy, man. Salute to her. Yes, indeed. The real MVP. You feel me? Moist vaginal. No, let me quit. I'm sorry. I'm a nasty. Let me quit. Shout out to Richard Line in the building, man. What it do, my brother? Hope all is well with you. Well, I gotta scroll down, bro. My 2 cents in the building, man. What it is, my brother. Hope all is well. Yeah, we in here today. I know it's gonna be the slow part going into July with no Raider news, but we can do some breakdowns and philosophical type approaches to what the Raiders should do and what they might be doing, such as today's show dealing with turnovers, man. We're gonna get into it, man, for real. The Church of Al Davis. Oh, you gotta always add that. Oh, you know what I mean? Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, and happy Father's Day to everybody yesterday. All the fathers out there, man. I know y'all doing your thing, and some of us, our fathers are no longer with us, but we still have the great memories that our fathers instilled in us. You know what I mean? All the memories that we have, man. So they may be gone, but they never forgot, man. Salute to all y'all, for real. Be out in the building, man. What it is, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Let me scroll down here, man, one time, man. One time, Robert P. in the house, man. Robert G in the building. Robert J in the building, man. Salute. Hope all is well with you, Miss Lady. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Who else in the building, man? I gotta scroll down, man. Let me see. What's up, Lo? He said Nate Dogg, cause at the karaoke shit. You stupid. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Don't have me singing. I have everybody run out that place, plugging their ears. For real. Oh, we got the boss with the sauce, man. Alfredo in the building. What it do, my brother? Hope all is well. Yes, sir, man. Marcus Banks in the building, man. What it is, man. Hope all is well with you as well. Let me see. Scrolling, man. Trying to keep up with the chat, man. Y'all got your track shoes on today. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this one today, man. I'm going to point out a few things. I noticed what the Raiders are doing. A lot of people are focusing on things. I think we're short-sighted on some of the things that we're focusing on when we no. I see what they're doing, and it is a typical Pete Carroll type of situation with this defense, because he's already started doing. Oh shit! Here we go on the one, y'all.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice.
D-Nice in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well, man, for real. You know, I love that intro. My name is D-Nice. Ha! Taking out you suckers in, you don't know how I do it. Ha! Let's go. But yeah, man, we got a good show. I made a video to break down exactly what we were looking at here. All right, let's get into this. Let me raise my seat up. Oh, before I get started on that one, man, salute to the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Salute. Like I always say, man, without you, there's no me. And without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation, and that's the Raider Nation, man. Salute to y'all. Can you dig it? Let's go. Richard Line in the building. All right, let's see. Hearing nothing but great things from the all season about our rookies. Hey, for real though, I'm same here, bro. I'm excited. I want to see how this, how everything goes down. Raiders did their thing. I think Spy Tech was a great addition, as well as bringing in Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, keeping Patrick Graham. There's more moves than just the players itself that makes me like, okay, we got guys in there that's competent, that knows how to run a team and knows exactly how to lead this team to where we're trying to get to. So I would not be surprised when the Raiders, not if, when the Raiders get back to winning and being a juggernaut in the NFL, man, which it can happen at any moment. It just depends on how everything glues together and they hit the ground running. You feel me? So as far as the Alec M, man, salute to you. Hey, shout out to everybody that's watching, man. If this is your first time here, please, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like, man, leave a comment. We are on our way to 3,000 subs, bruh. We just hit 2,400 over the weekend. We hit 2,423. So we are approaching 3,000, man. We're working our way there. It's a steady grind. But shout out to you guys for subscribing to the channel, man. And once we get there, man, one lucky subscriber will win a free TV. That's right. TV for this season. Hopefully we can get to 3,000 in before the season starts so you can get the TV and watch the games on there, man. Watch the Raiders in high def. You know what I mean? Up close and personal. Over 50 inches. That's what she said. No, it ain't. My shit ain't over 50 inches. I step on that shit trying to get to the motherfucking corner store to get some beer. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into the facts of the matter. I'm gonna go over some of these stats before I get into the video I made, but it is what it is. 2024, this is our defense, bruh. Our turnover differential was -16. We were 30th in the NFL, bruh. That's one thing. We got to get turnovers. Now, the best way to get turnovers, of course, is interceptions. I got a video breakdown of exactly explaining the numerics behind fumbles and interceptions, where interceptions is the best way to go. All fumbles are 50-50 balls. It's whoever gets on top of it. As far as interceptions, it's 100%. Once you get the interception, it's 100% turnover, and then there's also more yards per average on an interception than there is against fumbles and TDs as well. So these are ways that we're going to affect the game to make this team more prolific in the turnover category. Our offense, bruh. Our offense turnovers, we had 23 turnovers last year, which was a league high, and that's damn near averaging 2 turnovers a game that our offense gave the ball back. We can't have that, bruh. We can't have that. You cannot have that kind of turnovers and expect to win games. Now, the way you cure that, defense, I can see that the Pete Carroll ideology on defense, especially on the back end, running with a cover 3, and you got long, lanky safeties and corners, which allows you to cover more area and to get into those seams and passing zones that quarterbacks can't squeeze the ball in because of the long wingspan. That's one of the approaches that Pete Carroll has when it comes to defense and getting turnovers. Having guys like this in the secondary is a big factor in getting the ball back from that team. The other factor is your front 7. You have your linebackers and you have your defensive line. You got to apply pressure to these quarterbacks and force these quarterbacks to throw the ball when they're not ready. Throw the ball when they're not ready, forcing them to get rid of the ball into the teeth of our secondary to get those possible interceptions. Now, how do you make a team, not just by pressure to get them to throw the ball up the opposing teams, you also want to make them one-dimensional. You can't get interceptions on run plays. Most likely you can get a fumble, but it's better to get an interception than a fumble. We're going to get into all that in the breakdowns and the statistics behind it, but it's best to get interceptions than fumbles for turnovers. How do you do that? You take away the run. You make a team become one-dimensional where they can't run the ball, forcing them to throw. When you force them to throw, now you can apply pressure with your front 4 to make that quarterback throw the ball when he is not ready to throw it, therefore causing interceptions or possible interceptions from our secondary. That's one thing. What does our linebackers do in return? Linebackers can also do the same. One of them needs to play side by side or sideline, cover your tight ends and your running backs, take them out of the equation, and don't give the quarterback targets such as these guys. These are going to be the safety valves of quarterbacks when all else fails. You're going to look for your safety valve in your tight end, and if you bring your running back out of the backfield into the passing game, that's another one to extend drives, move chains, and keep the clock going. So we must be able to have our linebackers sit and be able to do what they have to do against running backs and tight ends in coverage. Also, be there and stop the run. Help stop the run. Make these offenses become one-dimensional. That's what you need to do to force them to throw to be able to get interceptions. Offensive side of the ball, what can Chip Kelly do to help with this? The thing you can do is put up points quick, score fast, and get a large lead to force teams to abandon the run and have to pass to play catch-up. So the offense can play a factor with this as well. That's why I think we went and got Chip Kelly. Everything that we got on this team is I think is geared towards getting turnovers from these teams. Of course, the defense has to get them, but the offense can help as well by putting the other team's offense back against the wall where we don't have enough time. We're down 2-3 touchdowns. We need to pass to catch up. So therefore, now they're abandoning the run. Every possession is going to be damn near a pass, which every pass can be a potential interception. We want turnovers, and I know that's what Pete Carroll wants. So Chip Kelly does have a hand in this to make this happen as well. So with that laid out, man, Eagletarian 207, man, what it do? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Marcus Banks in the building. Alec M. Myra G, everybody up in the building, man, for real. Who else we got up in here? Black and Grayed out in the building, man, salute. We got everybody up in this Mickey Ficky, bruh. Yeah, man. Okay. So let me get back to it. Okay. So here's a video breakdown. I want you to listen to the statistics of fumbles and interceptions, and then we're gonna talk about the defenses Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll plans to run. Which I think one thing that can hit a 4-2-5. You run the nickel. That's gonna help you get these interceptions. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you can do. We go in cover 3 zone. We already know that. That's going to help out a lot as well. And then just the pressure up front from our front 4, where you can possibly go with something sort of what I seen in one of the ways of doing it is having Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz play the Leo in the defense, and you have Christian Wilkins. Hopefully he heals up along with Tyree Wilson on the interior of the defensive line. And we already know we added linebackers in Eldrin Roberts as well as Devin White, and then just recently last week we just added who do we add? Pratt. We just added Pratt. So you're adding veterans that know exactly what they need to do to help get these turnovers too. And Pratt has I like his statistics. Some people last year just say, oh well, he had a lot of tackles but he didn't have a really stellar year. Yes, but who did he have around him on that defense? You know what I mean? To be stellar. What I want to see is putting him with the Devin Whites and the Landon Roberts and see what they do together as a unit. If you go 4-3, if you go a 4-2, it'd probably be most likely. I don't know if Pratt would be out there. I think you run with a Landon Roberts and Devin White as your Will and Mike in a 4-2. So it's a lot of things you can factor in. There's defensive ways that is going to add this. But without me, let me shut up and let me get to this video, man. Oh shit, we got James Furpo. He came in the building dropping the what?
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
SoCal Sound in the building, man. Salute to you as well, man. Hope all is well. All right, man. We gonna get into this, man. Here go the. I'm gonna get down. Let me get this. Let's get this Mickey Ficky. Now listen to the statistics of fumbles versus interceptions. So I know I'll take a fumble, but the higher percentile of success in turnovers from another team is always going to be interceptions. And not just that, it gives you a better opportunity of yards after the turnover as well as possible touchdowns. So without further delay, man, this is fumbles versus interceptions. Let's go.
In American football, interceptions generally have a higher success rate than fumbles when it comes to resulting in a turnover. That is, the defense actually gaining possession of the ball. Here's why. Fumble recovery rate. Fumbles are unpredictable. Both teams have an equal chance to recover a loose ball. Statistically, the defense recovers a fumble about 45% of the time. Offenses recover their own fumbles more than 50% of the time due to proximity and awareness. Interception rate. When a pass is intercepted, it's already a complete turnover. No scrum or fight for possession. The success rate for the defense is 100% once the ball is caught. Conclusion. Interceptions have a higher success rate as a turnover than fumbles because an interception equals sign instant turnover. A fumble equals sign 50/50th shot at a turnover. Fumble recoveries. Recovery split. Defense recovers tilde 45% of all fumbles. Offense recovers tilde 55%, especially when the fumble occurs behind the line of scrimmage. Average return yards, when recovered by defense, 5-10 yards on average. Often little return opportunity due to the chaotic nature of the play and linemen nearby. Scoring likelihood. Defensive TD after fumble recovery happens in approximately 6-8% of defensive fumble recoveries. Rarely returned for long gains unless it's a strip sack or scoop and score in open space. Interceptions. Average return. Yards, 15-20 yards on average. More open field and better vision for the returner, usually a DB or LB. Scoring likelihood, pick six rate, TD after interception, around 12-14%. DBs have better ball handling and speed, increasing return potential. Interceptions not only result in a turnover more reliably, but also generate more return yards and are twice as likely to result in a touchdown compared to fumble recoveries.
So statistically, and we know that interceptions are better, but there's the numbers where on a fumble, 55% of the time, the offensive team recovers the fumble. Defense is 45%. And then the average yards after a fumble is between 5 and 10 yards, whereas an interception, we're looking at 10 or 15 to 20. So you get better, you get better results from interception. So I'm knowing this is exactly what we're trying to do on defense is focus on causing interceptions. I'm tip drills, all that. You're hearing this in camp. This is what they're working on in camp. We see Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Get a couple of interceptions in camp. We seen Eichenberg getting a couple of interceptions in camp. You're starting to see this is what they're instilling in it, so it's second nature. You don't have to think about it. You know, see ball, get ball. Shout out to Q Myers for bringing that up too, but that's real deal Holyfield. We want the ball. If we can get the ball back to our offense and we have a high scoring offense, which I believe by foes, this offense is going to be better than what we had in the past. Just because of the weapons and just the efficiency and then exactly what Chip Kelly's going to bring to the room on the offensive side of the ball. Running the ball is another factor that's going to affect these teams and cause them to throw the ball instead of run. If we're eating the clock and we're getting first downs on running, that means there's going to be less time for that team's offense to get the ball and try to score to keep up with us. So they're going to abandon. That's another way of abandoning the run. You can abandon the run by our defense stopping them from running, and you can make them abandon the run by putting the score to a point where you have to pass to catch up, and running is just going to eat the clock, and there's not going to be enough clock left for you to even catch up and try to win. So our offense and defense is both in this, and this is exactly the kind of offense we're going to run and exactly the kind of defense we're running as well that's going to force teams to have to throw into that secondary 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", safeties and corners with wide range of range, long wingspans, which if you got a guy out there that has a foot longer wingspan than a 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" corner, that's a foot more of area you can cover for an interception. So that's why they go long and lanky. That's why Pete Carroll covets these type of secondary players. They can cover more area, get their hands on more balls. Pause. Ooh, bars. That was bars, huh? Pause with the hands on the balls. But that's exactly what they're trying to do. Offense is good. We're built for the run game, bro. We got a quarterback that can run. We got a running back, and they're talking about by committee. That means we're about to run it down their throat. We're going to control the clock. We're going to score. We have the ability to score quick because of Thornton and Trey Tucker, the speed we have and the accuracy and the deep ball that Geno Smith provides, not to mention Brock Bowers to keep chains going forward and a red zone threat, as well as Jacoby Meyer being sure-handed for keeping the chains moving and Michael Mayer being a red zone threat. We got these guys now. So there's a lot of things that this team is being built to do, and I'm knowing you can destroy a team if you cause how do we know this? Because how many games have we destroyed ourselves by turning the ball over? Not us getting the turnover, but us giving it away. Killed many a games. I keep mentioning the one against Kansas City. Field goal would have won the game. What happened? We fumbled the snap. Fumbled it. So long as we do what we're supposed to do and what we're being built to do, we can win games. We can win games. And my prediction was I to be modest, I said we can win about 9 games this year. But that number, I will not go below 9, but you can sure in the hell go above 9. Especially with your schedule. You got everybody in the top 5 of the NFL draft this past season, which is the worst records in the NFL, are on our schedule. All of them. Everybody that picked ahead of us are all on our schedule. Even Vegas is going up. They went from 6.5. Now we're up to what, 7.5. The numbers is going up because they see exactly what Pete Carroll and them is starting to build. They like, okay, you can win. If you have a stingy defense that can get turnovers, you can win some games. If you have an offense that the run, you cannot stop the run, and you score in the red zone, you can win games. The combination means you win more games. So yes, the Raiders can win more than 9 games. Easy. But it's going to take them to have to gel and everybody fully understand the offense and the defense, and where you don't have to think no more is second nature. You react. They're going to simplify the defense, so that's what these players can do on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I hear people out here talking about the linebackers. Oh, I'm not impressed with the linebackers. Oh, this guy. But see, we're looking at it wrong. Stop looking at the linebacker. Stop looking at the defense individually. Let's start there. Stop looking at Elandon Roberts by himself and what he did in Pittsburgh. That's not the Raiders. He didn't have Max Crosby in Pittsburgh. He didn't have Christian Wilkins in Pittsburgh. He did not have these tall, lanky secondary safeties and corners in Pittsburgh. You did not have a defensive mind with the head coach that has done it before. Everybody, Mike Tomlin, yes, Mike Tomlin. Never had a losing season. When's the last time that motherfucker won a Super Bowl? I'll wait, because that's why you play the game. You don't play just to have a winning record all your life. Hell, John Madden had a winning record in the 70s, won Super Bowl. If you got a whole decade of a winning record and only one Super Bowl, nah, bruh, we need better than that. And the Raiders is a championship type franchise because of the history. We always been that one, either involved or won it all. Now, we had a few things go against us, but now it's time to get back to what it is that we lack. Oh, bars. It's time to get back to what we lack. And that's a pair of black khakis and a Raider hat. Bitch, what? Bars. But yeah, man, the Raiders can do this shit. Pete Carroll, and I told y'all about Patrick Graham. This is not Patrick Graham's defense. Let's get this straight. This is Pete Carroll's defense. I got some lint on my motherfucking hat. Nigga, what the fuck? I got bird fur? I don't even got no birds. Hold on, I got to, the bald head nut got to make sure this motherfucking can't is bam, that black on black. But bruh, this is not Patrick Graham's defense, but that's not even a factor. The factor is he can coach anybody's defense. That's why Patrick Graham is still here. He can coach anybody's defense. Pete Carroll kept him here because he knows what Patrick Graham is. He's a unicorn. A lot of these defensive coordinators they're stuck in their ways. And there's nothing wrong with it. If you're great at something, stick to it. But Patrick Graham is great at coaching any defense because he's coached any defense. We done had 4-3s and 4-2s, and then when he was with was it Giants? The Giants he did a 3-4. There's nothing he can defensively he can do it. So of course you keep him. Now Pete Carroll okay, this is how I want my defense ran. We're gonna go zone. We're gonna go cover 3. I'm gonna get you. I want big, long, tall, lanky safeties and corners. I want to get hands on. This gonna sound. This is pause worthy right here. I want them to get their hands on many balls as they can. Touch every ball in the air, whether the quarterback threw it or the receiver's doing a cartwheel. I want you to put your hand on the ball. I want interceptions. I want to give the ball back to Geno in that offense under Chip Kelly, bro. Because once we get that lead, that 7 becomes 14, and 14 becomes 17, and 17 becomes 20, and then 27, and it's 27-13. That's when we cause havoc. That's when teams said we can't run the ball no more, not because we don't want to, because we can't. Why we can't? It's a double entendre for why they can't run the ball. 1, we not letting them. 2, the score so far gap that they have to pass to keep up. Double entendre, run game stoppage. That's why they can't run. They can't because they can't. They can't because they got to score to catch up. That's what we need to do. And that's exactly how they're building this team. Exactly. People look at that offense and be like, hey, with the weapons they got, that could be a quick scoring ass offense. The run game is going to be essential. Why? Because it's going to work with your play action. It's going to cause defenses to freeze up for a split second. And by the time they figure it out, we already got 10, 15 yards already. It's going to be quick paced. That means we're going to score quick. We're moving the ball quick. And offenses ain't. What offense is built like that? What offense is built like that? You gonna and the ones that are built like that, I guarantee you, they got the word contender next to it. Super Bowl contender, your Philadelphia Eagles. They can do it. They got the weapons. Shit, definitely the Washington Commanders now. They got the weapons. But these are all the ones that were contenders. That's where we need to be back. We belong at the top of the list for contenders because now we're building something that's like we don't have to wait for it to mature. Like it would be different if we had a rookie quarterback. We would have to develop him and let him become something. And what if he doesn't become that and he's a bust? Then we got to start all over again. But guess what? Geno Smith, we know what he is. We know what he's capable of doing. And now I think that he's in a situation where he wants to be in. You're going to see the best Geno Smith you ever seen this year. I promise you that. You just sense it. You can sense that he's bought in. He has not. And here's everything happens for a reason, bro. I always believe that shit. Everything happens for a reason. You got Pete Carroll once again that believed in you. On a team that has weapons, but we had no quarterback. We had weapons. We had the best tight end in history. No quarterback. The other receiver we had didn't drop one fucking ball. Not one. With 100 plus targets, he didn't drop one. No quarterback. Trey Tucker, I'm hearing Trey Tucker in camp is killing him. Why? Because he doesn't have to stop and wait for the ball no more. Geno is hitting him in stride. Because we have a quarterback. And it's a veteran quarterback that we don't have to wait to develop. He understands what Pete Carroll wants. And you get a mind like Chip Kelly that be like, remember when I tried to get you out of high school? I got you now. Let's do this. Here's the playbook. Study it. Man, and Geno's on one. I know he got to be on one. Bro, he got to be on one. What if Michael Jordan went to the Wizards when he went there and remember he played for the Wizards at his old age in his 40s? But what if he was able to go there to the Wizards and at the same time be reunited with Phil Jackson? Because Phil Jackson went everywhere he went. See, Michael tried to go off and do it on his own and get his coach and, you know what I mean, his staff to do shit. No. You can't duplicate Phil Jackson. I think the same way about Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's one of them names because he's one of them OGs, and he's done it at every level. This man never won less than 6 games in a season, and that was his first year ever coaching. What was he with the Jets? Was it the Jets or the New England? It was one or two. The first time he ever coached, 6 wins. Never won less than that. And here we're talking about 9 wins, 3 wins difference with a veteran quarterback, an outstanding tight end, a sure-handed wide receiver. You know what I mean? You got a running back. Oh my God. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Doug Collins was putrid. That's why I said, just imagine if he would have had Phil Jackson in Washington. Doug Collins is better off being an announcer. You know what I mean? Where he coaching at now? Oh, that's right. Phil Jackson ain't coaching either, but I know he's getting older, bro. He's getting long in the tooth. But Phil Jackson's been around, bro. And everywhere he went, went to LA and did it there. You know what I mean? Did it with Kobe without Shaq. Did it with Shaq and Kobe. Did it with Jordan and Pippen. He just knows. See, Phil Jackson's one of them coaches in basketball that knows how to coach great players. Can't give him just mediocrity, but he knows how to get the best out of great players. Even got the best out of who? Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is a Hall of Famer. Phil Jackson knew how to do it. I think Pete Carroll's one of them guys. Just because you tell by the course he teaches at USC, it's one of them courses that shows that everybody's connected. And once he gets his hands on the team and shows every player in there, all you guys are connected in one way or another. And once they understand and start, you're right. What I do affects everybody. They become responsible. And when you get guys like this that's unselfish, that knows my job is going to help this guy with his job, now you got a team. NFL football is the most team-oriented sports you can think of. I don't know no other sports that have 53 players on that team. Soccer don't have it. Baseball don't have it. Basketball don't have it. But football, 53. It's the ultimate team sport where you have to be connected because everybody has a single job. It's not like basketball where you got to play defense and offense. It's not like baseball where you're playing defense and offense. It ain't like soccer where you got to play defense and offense. You have one job. One job. And that one job can affect everybody around you. You're the center of the team. Your job affects the guards on both sides of you and the tackles. You can prematurely snap the ball and nobody be ready, fumble. You, one person responsible for everybody. Quarterback, yeah, he can throw an interception. He can fumble the ball. His one job is responsible for what that team does. Defense, miss tackle. I can miss a tackle. He runs in for a touchdown, game over. I can give up the first down. Your one job affects the whole team. So, with that being said, man, hey, the Raiders, they got a blueprint. They got a blueprint and they got a recipe for hot apple turnovers, bruh. They're going to get some turnovers this year. I guarantee you the discrepancy and the plus minus is going to be better suited for us this year. They're harping on this. They're pushing it. This is what they're making mental, or what is it? A muscle memory. Go get the ball. Don't just tap it. Don't knock it down. See, that's one thing Jacorian Bennett did. Knock down balls. I'm not mad at that. But just imagine if those 8 PBUs were all 8 interceptions. That gives the ball back to your offense with Chip Kelly and Geno and Genty and Bowers and Jacoby. And come on, bruh. Teams ain't going to want to see us. Once we figure it out and get it going, they're not going to want to see us on both sides of the ball. Because I doubt their 11 they put out there on defense can match up with the 11 we have on offense. Somebody's going to be open. Somebody's going to make a big play. Plain and simple. And we got, and not to mention the secondary on defense, so long and lanky, we're going to smother wide receivers. There's no wide receiver you can put out there. Okay, well, let's talk about Porter. Dante Porter. Or Darian Porter. 6'4", 4'3" flat. What wide receiver gonna beat him? I'll wait. Who's gonna be too bigger than him to cover or too fast? I'll wait. What wide receiver you got? And this guy is going up, and if this is what I'm putting him up against Thornton. I'm putting Porter and Thornton up in camp. I want 6'5" versus 6'4", both at a 4'3" flat. Or iron sharpens iron. Get to it. Because any team that happens to have a 6'4", 6'5" corner that can keep up with Thornton 4'3", Thornton needs to get ready for it. But there's not a whole lot of them. Just like there's not a whole lot of corners at 6'4", 4'3" flats. That's why he's working with the first team. You got to have a guy who was born with these God-given talents and then groom him and develop him to be great. And that's both Thornton and that's Porter. We got unicorns on this team, bruh. We got unicorns. I'm telling you. But the only question is, how soon do they get it? How soon does the defense get what they're supposed to be doing? How soon does it take for the offense to get the clicking and Geno just out there chipping away at fools, eating the clock, moving the chains, and end result is touchdowns and not field goals? How long does it take? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. On everything, I'm here for it. That's real shit, Alec M. We got unicorns on this team, bruh. Like, and I told y'all this. I believe everything happens to you for a reason. Every decision you made in life. See, we get mad. Like, you can't get mad at Mark Davis. This is why I'm gonna say this. This is how life works. Mark Davis was supposed to get a fucking McDumbass. We keep calling we McDaniels. We supposed to get McDaniels and fail miserably. Because without that failure, you wouldn't have came into the next. Right? You wouldn't have Antonio Pierce, which he wasn't ready. He had motivation, but he didn't have the experience, which caused you to move on from him. Then you go get what's the group called, that goes out there and help you find coaches and GMs. It's a company, Corn Ferry. You go get Corn Ferry, which has been successful in a lot of matter of fact, let me see what Corn Ferry. What are the successful hirings that Corn Ferry found for NFL teams? Watch, this is how Corn Ferry worked. And when I heard that name and they did a background on the people that they connected, like, Corn Ferry is like a middleman. We know this organization is looking for this. We're going to go out here and find the candidates that better suit them. I'm telling you, bro, everything happens for a reason. You have to fuck up to succeed. That's when anybody. Jordan didn't even make the varsity team when he was in high school and became the greatest basketball player ever. That failure wasn't a failure to him. It was a lesson. He developed a work ethic to never let that happen again. Kobe Bryant was horrible his first couple of years in the NBA, missing all kind of threes and just was horrible. But it took those failures for him to learn to become great. And it happens with every player. There's always something in your life that comes along and it gives you a fork in the road. Either you can handle it and become great from it, or soak and pout because you failed and never become shit because you're scared to even try again. So everything the Raiders did, and one thing about Mark Davis, he's not scared to try again. He's been trying. He's been trying to win. Everybody's saying, oh, he's only about the money. Let me explain something to you. You get money in the NFL as an owner when you win. When you get extra playoff games, those are extra tickets you sell to make more money. More t-shirts are bought, more jerseys are bought for getting into the playoffs and moving along. So for anybody to say, oh, he's just in it for the money, you have to win to get paid. So he is in it to win. I don't care what the motivation is, as long as you're motivated. That's all that. Be motivated. Doesn't matter if money is the reason why you're motivated or fame is the reason why you're motivated. Just be motivated by something. That's the only way you're going to become great. When you no longer have motivation, you just exist. You're a waste of flesh. You're nothing no more. There's no motivation. No motivation to get up and go get it. You just want to lay in bed all day. Motivation is motivation. Some people are pushed by anger. Some people are pushed by greed, but they're pushed by something. Doesn't matter what it is. If I can be the best I can be because of money or because of fame or because of this or that, long as I become great. Football. I don't care why. If you want your names in lights, you want to be famous, then go make plays. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Go make plays. Okay, Corn Ferry. Corn Ferry, a global consulting firm, has assisted in several NFL teams with with successful hires for coaching and general manager positions. Their involvement often includes utilizing their expertise in executive search and leadership assessment to find the right candidates for crucial roles within NFL organizations. Here are some examples of successful hiring outcomes facilitated by Corn Ferry for NFL teams. Now, listen, this is what Corn Ferry did, and I'm glad Mark Davis went this route. Great route. This is what got us Spy Tech and got us Pete Carroll, bruh. This is what Corn Ferry is known for. Kansas City Chiefs. Corn Ferry played role in hiring of head coach Andy Reid, who has achieved significant success with the team. Corn Ferry did that. They brought Andy Reid to Kansas City. Seattle Seahawks. They were involved in placing both head coach Pete Carroll and general manager John Schneider, who together built a championship winning team. Now, Corn Ferry was involved in these teams, and this is how they got Super Bowls, by the hands that they had by their hands being involved in this. Who else? Green Bay Packers. Corn Ferry assisted the Packers with their search for a president and CEO. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They helped the Buccaneers with the hiring of head coach Bruce Arians. There we go again. So now we see the connection of Corn Ferry had Pete Carroll. They brought Pete Carroll in to Seattle with the guys there to win championships. They've been involved with Tampa Bay for president and CEO, who was there? Spy Tech. So they're knowing the ladder of these teams and who's next in line. Houston Texans. Corn Ferry assisted the Texans with the head coach and general manager search. Jacksonville Jaguars. They helped the Jaguars with the hiring of head coach Doug Marrone. Marrone, whatever it is. So this is a firm that knows where the guys are and who they would be a better fit with to win. They brought Pete Carroll and Spy Tech here, bruh. Everything happens for a reason. We were meant to fuck up with McDaniels, and these are all learning lessons. You try to go the Adwater instant. No, you have to have a marriage. It has to work. And all this shit happens for a reason. You go out there, you get Pete Carroll, who in return get, oh, you know what? I forgot. Tom Brady, got to mention Tom Brady, because Tom Brady was with that Tampa Bay team that Spy Tech brought there to win a Super Bowl with. All these teams that Corn Ferry had their hands in, not all of them, but most of them won Super Bowls. The Kansas Cities, the Seattle Seahawks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had their hand in it. So they brought Pete Carroll with Spy Tech to the Raiders. In return, that move alone brought Pete Carroll to get Geno Smith, who probably was the only coach in the NFL to be able to pry him away from Seattle just because of the relationship he had. Same thing with Tom Brady, with the relationship he had with Tampa Bay, was probably the main cog to bring Spy Tech here, who had an outstanding draft in my eye from what we're hearing. All these guys that we drafted are doing their thing. And that's Spy Tech. Why? Because of the connection he had with Tom Brady. Everything happens for a reason. The same Geno Smith that Pete Carroll went and got was highly recruited more than once by Chip Kelly, who was named offensive coordinator. Everything happens for a reason. Chip Kelly been trying to get out of high school Geno Smith. It didn't work out that way. He went to West Virginia. He was supposed to be a Duck. Then he goes off to Philadelphia, the Eagles, and try to get him as a free agent. No, they try to draft him, huh? They try to get him out of college out of West Virginia. No, as a free agent, I think it was. I can't remember. I think out of college out of West Virginia, Philadelphia tried to get him. Didn't work. And they say the third time's a charm. Third time, now Chip Kelly finally has him. And it took all these years for Geno to develop mentally. That's why they consider him to be a coach on the field. He knows his shit. He works on it. This is somebody that works well with a Chip Kelly type of offensive coordinator. Somebody who already knows and gets it. When you hear Geno Smith is calling Chip Kelly at 2, 3 in the morning, asking him questions, bruh, the world is in trouble. The world is in trouble. You put the right guys together. Shout out to Corn Ferry, because they put the right guys with the right organization to make this shit be what it's supposed to be. Not a laughing stock, not a top draft pick every year. They made this team put the right people together to make this shit happen. And bruh, I tell you, once they get this shit going, it was meant to be. It was meant for us to go through all these years of pain and losing to get to this, to where now that shit might be out the door, because I don't see us losing grasp of that. Yes, they're trying to win now by going out and getting the Landon Roberts and the Pratts and the Devin Whites and, you know what I mean, the Jeremy Chins. These are all guys that's been in the league. But at the same time, they went and got the Genties, the Bowers, the Thorntons, the Besh, the Charles Grants, the young guys that's going to keep carrying this shit on once these older guys are gone. So now we're going to establish stability with a young GM, first-time GM that's been around some of the greatest minds to put teams together. From Denver, won Super Bowls there. Philadelphia, been there, done it. Andy Reid was under Andy Reid and all them. That the coaching staff they had in Philly when Spytek was there, bruh. Deep, brilliant minds. And then goes to Tampa Bay and does it again. Being around brilliant guys. And now he added the brilliant mind from Philadelphia and Denver to come help us with the Raiders. We are on path to be consistently winning. Geno Smith is right now. We're going to get a quarterback. Oh, we're going to get a quarterback. And once you put him behind Geno for a year or two to learn and let Chip Kelly instill that offense in that young quarterback, so when he does take over for Geno, when it's time for Geno to leave, we're not going to skip a beat. We're going to be like how Green Bay was at quarterback. For 3 generations. Think about it. 3 generations. Green Bay's been all right at quarterback. They've been all right. You go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and now maybe Love is the next in line, but he got Love. They doing their thing in the playoffs in the NFC. You can't be mad at that. Now it's our turn. It's our turn. So now it's just a wait and see. I can't wait. I'm going to have popcorn and beer ready. Matter of fact, speaking of beer, salute to y'all, man. I know I'm rambling, but I'm getting fucking juiced. I understand the mission at hand, and I see that it's in grasp. It's in grasp. It's been a long time since we had competent front office individuals making calls for this team. Not dumbass calls, making the right call. And it's about time. We deserve it. All the bread we spent on tickets and spending $10 beers at the game and buying jerseys, and yet we still never, well, the real fans, we still never turned our back on our roster. We still ride with the Raiders. Win, lose, or tie, that's some real shit. But you got some people out there that they're counterfeit Raider fans. It's okay to be mad at your team for not doing it right. But guess what? Times done changed, bro. It looks like they doing it right. I want to see this shit through. I want to see this shit through. Salute to y'all, man. I'll be on one. I swear I do. But I understand. I see what it is. I see what it is that they're trying to do. And they got the people that can do it because they've done it. They've done it before. It ain't no mystery to them. It ain't no first time Antonio Pierce type situation. If we would have had time to be able to let Antonio Pierce develop and gain the same knowledge that Pete Carroll has with his experience, he'd probably be a hell of a head coach. But it just was not time for that. It'd be different if we would have stripped down this roster butt ass naked and got a rookie quarterback and just got rid of the veterans and old and big contracts and start all over. If we really would have rebuilt, Antonio Pierce would have been perfect to marriage that with the team and let them grow together. But nah, that's not what we doing. When they say they're trying to win now and the future, that's exactly what it looked like. That's what the free agent moves were, to win now. You don't go trade a third round pick for Geno Smith just to not win. To not win, baby. You do that because you're trying to win. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm just getting juice. I want to see how this shit unfolds. I think we're going in the right direction. I see the defense is going to be predicated on getting turnovers, getting the ball back to that offense. I expect our offense to be high powered and to be able to do whatever they want on the football field because everybody ain't going to be covered. I don't even think they're gonna stack the box. If Genty start busting their ass and they try to stack the box, then you go ahead and throw a Thornton and a Trey Tucker out there at the same time. So they have to keep safeties out that box. Oh no, we got to keep them on top. We got 2 speedsters out there. And we got a guy quarterback in Geno Smith that can definitely get them the ball in stride. Not stop, turn around and make the catch, but keep running over the shoulder. Because that's what Thornton did at camp. And hey, Trey Tucker too got a couple of touchdowns in camp from Geno. It's going down, y'all. They got the right people together. I just want to see this shit happen, and I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna get matter of fact, I'm gonna go give me some kettle corn right now and just close my eyes and envision it. Envision it. Can't wait for the parade down the Las Vegas Strip for the Raiders' 4th Super Bowl championship trophy. Come on, man, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. It's inevitable. Shit happen. I believe shit happens for a reason. The bad shit that happens to us in life is for a reason. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. So I'm ready for this shit, man. But hey, shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna get up off here. Enough of me talking, but hell of a show, man. Shout out to y'all for pulling up. To those who have not subscribed, please do so. We will be doing a TV giveaway at 3,000 subs. We're on our way now. We're over 2,400 now. So we're working our way there, man. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Up with hope, down with dope. I had to use that old ass slogan. But hey, shout out to y'all, man. Before we get up out of here, we got to do it one more again.
I'm out of time. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. That's the guy that's gonna make this shit happen, man. Pete Carroll, man. Hey, round of applause for Pete Carroll, man. For real. Chip Kelly and Geno Smith. Hey, they giving us hope, man. They giving us hope, and I expect them to see it through. But with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones, man. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. You've been watching the Lunatic Raiders show, man. And I'm out this. B-I-H! Ha-ha!